18-year-old Noah relocates from Florida to London with her mother to start a new life with her wealthy stepfather and his son Nick. Before leaving, she bids farewell to her best friend, Haley, and her boyfriend, Dan, going so far as to give them her car. Unhappy about the move, Noah dreads the idea of meeting her polished and seemingly perfect new stepbrother, often referred to as the Golden Boy. Upon arriving in London, Noah meets her stepfather, William, and is introduced to his lavish home, including a spacious new bedroom of her own. She spots Nick for the first time through a window as he steps out of the pool. Later, during a conversation with her mother, Ella, they discuss the home's top-tier security system, assuring Noah she'll be safe. While rummaging through the fridge, she finally comes face-to-face with Nick, and their interaction quickly turns cold. Instantly clashing, they mutually agree to keep their distance. At a formal event, Noah is surprised to learn that Nick isn't just living off family wealth, he's actually made a name for himself by developing a successful app. She also notices him spending time with a girl named Anna. On the way home, an argument breaks out between them, especially after Noah brings up Nick's mother, and he leaves her stranded on the sidewalk. Nick later sends his valet, Zach, to pick her up, but instead of taking her home, Zach brings her to another party where Nick is already enjoying himself. There, Noah sees him dancing with several girls and, fed up, throws a drink at him. Moments later, she unknowingly consumes a spiked drink. Nick intervenes, saves her, and punches the man responsible. While taking her home, he notices an infinity symbol tattooed on her skin. Nick continues spending time with Anna, prompting Noah to quietly scroll through both of their Instagram profiles. Out of curiosity, she also sneaks a look into Nick's wardrobe and admires a denim jacket, only to be caught in the act. Amused, Nick doesn't say anything. Later, Noah is crushed when she receives a photo of Haley and Dan kissing. In a mix of anger and heartbreak, she insists that Nick take her wherever he's headed, which turns out to be an underground car racing event. There, she meets Jenna and impresses everyone with her deep knowledge of cars, skills passed down from her father. She's also introduced to Lion, Nick's best friend and Jenna's boyfriend. Jenna gives her some blunt advice: either send a revenge photo or stir things up. After learning about the photo of Dan and Haley, Nick suggests they get revenge by taking a picture of the two of them kissing. They go through with it, and the kiss sparks something deeper between them. Noah also begins to learn more about Nick's world, including his involvement in underground racing and fighting. When Nick is supposed to race Ronnie, a dangerous rival, Noah impulsively steps in and drives instead. She wins, even as Ronnie tries to sabotage her. However, since Nick didn't race himself, the bet is considered void, forcing him to fight Ronnie. When Ronnie insults Noah, Nick loses his temper and shoves him, starting a brutal fight. The violence overwhelms Noah, triggering a panic attack. Back home, she apologizes and opens up about her trauma, explaining that violence, darkness, and confined spaces trigger her anxiety. They share a vulnerable moment and almost kiss again. The next day, Nick takes her to visit Maddie, his younger sister. Noah learns that Maddie lives separately due to their mother's struggles with alcoholism, and Nick can only see her if he stays out of trouble. She also discovers that Anna isn't Nick's girlfriend. Later, Nick has another tense confrontation with his mother about his violent behavior, and afterward, he and Noah share another kiss before parting. Back at home, Ella surprises Noah by inviting Dan for a visit, unaware of his betrayal. Dan immediately recognizes Nick from social media and tries to win Noah back, but she firmly rejects him, kissing Nick in front of him. In response, Nick punches Dan and pays him to leave, sarcastically adding that he would have offered more if Dan weren't so cheap. As Noah and Nick grow closer, Nick decides to attend another underground fight with Ronnie. Disturbed by the violence and aware it could cost Nick visitation with Maddie, Noah walks out. Realizing the impact it has on her, Nick follows, but Ronnie retaliates by stealing his car and issuing threats. Seeking relief, Nick and Noah share a tender kiss in a pool, and he later takes her race car driving. On their way back, Ronnie ambushes them at a gas station, and they barely escape. Lion later pressures Nick to fight Ronnie, warning that they could all be in danger if he doesn't. Nick wants to keep his promise to Noah to avoid violence, But when a man harasses her at a bar, he loses control and punches him. This breaks Noah's trust, and the two stop speaking. At a party soon after, Anna and her friends, jealous of Noah's closeness with Nick, trap her inside a cupboard. The confined space and darkness trigger a panic attack, and Noah relives traumatic memories of her father, who once tried to kill her. Nick finds her, comforts her, and after she opens up about her past, they share a deeply intimate moment and sleep together. Lion is brutally attacked by Ronnie, and Nick initially believes it's retaliation for refusing to fight. However, William brings in a detective who uncovers a far more dangerous truth. Ronnie is working with Noah's estranged father, recently released from prison. The car sabotage and assault on Lion were part of a larger scheme to locate and recapture Noah. Ronnie and Noah's father eventually track her down and kidnap her, demanding ransom from her family. Growing frantic, Nick realizes he can trace them through his stolen car. He finds Noah tied up and engages in a violent fight with Ronnie, ultimately getting stabbed before managing to knock him out. Noah is then forced at gunpoint to drive away with her father, but despite his injuries, Nick pursues them. A high-speed chase ends with Nick forcing a crash that further injures him. As police arrive and Noah's father holds her at gunpoint, she escapes his grasp and rushes to Nick's side as he collapses. 6 weeks later, both Nick and Noah have recovered and are happily together. William and Ella briefly question the nature of their relationship but brush it off. The film closes with a romantic underwater kiss between Noah and Nick, signaling a new chapter in their lives. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe.